Sven, I guess, did he really, like, again, he got that Warkite change. His biggest vulnerability, though, is still being kited. I suppose the Surge will ideally help with that, but is it enough?
It can be. I think the Surge will help, as will the control spells, the Spirit Breaker, Charge, and Ultimate, the Keeper of the Light, Will-O-Wisp. I think those kind of things can also make a big difference. Interesting. Jug comes out. Okay. Jug's not traditionally a hero that's been thought of as being good against the Sven carry, or just Sven because of the Warcry and bonus armor, but maybe it's not so much the case anymore.
Yeah, that is interesting with this Juggernaut coming out here, because I agree with you there. But I go back to the logic that I made earlier, in that Juggernaut's always kind of just a safe pick, ultimately. So perhaps just kind of going with that logic in the end. But it is interesting to see, though. Still, you also got that HP shield that blocks as well. So yeah, so something that they're gonna have to break through when it comes to that Warcry buff of Sven.
Yeah, well, and I think that's the new Warcry not giving means the Jug is just no longer actually countered by Sven as a hero.
Yeah, that is true. Well, final picks to come. Last ban for Kaipi before they figure out which hero they're going to go with. You still figure they need the mid. Yeah, that's one other thing, though. The Nature's Prophet Tree Sprout, pretty good against a core Sven. Talk about being kited. That's an ability that, it's not slowing him down in the sense of actual slow, but locking him in place. And, of course, with the Quelling Blade he can get through, but later on at least, may not have one to work with. So, could come into play.
Very true. They'll try and further protect the Sven carry by banning out the Pugna, who could decrep and make life even more difficult. And also would just be a decent mid that could fit into Kaipi's draft. But here we go. Last picks. Both teams, I can imagine, most likely looking for their mids. We did see Nature's Prophet go mid one game. Small possibility. I don't think any of these Pavaga heroes really go mid. Sven mid has been done very, very rarely.
God, a hero that would be decent here, I feel like, would be like a Shadow Demon for Kaipi, but obviously working that into the mid and everything wouldn't really work the best, so they're going to go Huskar. God, what's the deal with Huskar today? 4 out of the 5 games, I believe we've seen him now?
I think so. It's been a lot. He's looked decent. He hasn't looked like an unstoppable force, but it seemed like a good 4th, 5th pick hero. Does feel like not quite the same old Husker with that crazy magic resistance, but similar in that he's still just as tanky and annoying and hard to bring down some of the time because of all the health regen.
I suppose his Inner Fire is pretty good against Sven too. Both a good kiting tool and also the disarm on top of that it provides. So there is good logic there for the final Huskar pick.
Yeah, makes sense. What do they want to get in response? As far as mids go, we've seen a few different things here and there come out.
They've banned Pugna themselves.
Yeah, I'm curious that Monkey was banned if they want to pick Husker. I don't particularly think that Monkey's a Husker counter in the mid lane, but could be wrong.
Yeah, so which direction do they go here? I'm always trying to think of like these cheese picks, like a Brood Mother comes to mind, but yeah, against this line, that might not be the strongest actually. So
yeah, I'm not sure that could even struggle against Husker at the early levels to a point where the lane doesn't actually go that well for you. Let me see if I can get
like a Viper, man. I haven't seen Viper in a while.
But then you have a Viper on your team.
That's the problem. That's a good response.
But like Lena Clinks is considered to be pretty good against him. Tinker, Lone Druid. There we go. Okay.
You may now select your heroes.
Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking more of that. I like the idea of more of that burst, like you said with the Lena or the Clinks even, but more sustained damage instead.
Yeah, I think that is a concern though, the lack of burst damage. And Lone Druid doesn't really fill a gap for me. Like you've already got this physical damage coming in from a Sven. I don't think Lone Druid was the hero that they needed or that really helped their draft. To me, it just is something they decided, this won't get dumpstered by Husker and lane. But I don't think you can purely approach the pick in that kind of mindset, but
yeah,
who knows? Could still work.
Yeah, Lone Druid's interesting too in the concept of it's hard to say what we should expect ultimately from Sven. It's been a while since we've seen a core Sven. As you do, by the way, you see es.bet. You can check it out for yourselves. Wager your bets. Pavaga Gaming is favored, nearly double the odds it looked like going into this. So I got to say, after the drafts, though, yeah, I mean, I like Kaipi's draft quite a bit, and I think it's, if anything, should be closer ultimately. But it's some good favor for Pavaga when it comes.
I
to
always
the
thought
odds.
this matchup might be more 50-50, but Kaipi is not the most stable of teams. Not that the team they're versing is. I think there's a few veterans on this Pavaga team, and definitely players who've kind of competed at maybe a higher level, at least more recently.
Well, entering into our final game of the day, but yeah, going back to the Lone Druid idea, Sven is he really a hero that like comes online soon? I mean, I know, yeah, he can fight, but I assume he's going to level up that greater cleave, and as his progression as far as items go, it's going to take a little bit before he's feeling really ready to fight. So I guess both him and the Lone Druid are going to want to soak up early farm. They're going to want to be somewhat greedy and not necessarily taking fights, and that's where KP can take advantage, of that early game.
Darkseer's also pretty greedy. That's their other hero. So they've got a greedy lineup through and through in many ways. We'll see how that pans out for them, because it's one of those things where if you have 3 cores that need farm and are greedy, if you get off to a bad start, the game just can be lost right there. So they need to make sure these lanes go pretty well. I feel like that should be the case for the Darkseer up top. He's got a pretty good lane partner in the Spirit Breaker, but Coddle Sven, not bad, not anything amazing to write home about. I don't feel like. I think there is potential for Kaipi stage. Heroes like Nature's Prophet and Husker are lane dominators.
Yeah. The one very obvious thing from Kaipi's side, and similar to one of the earlier drafts too, if I recall correctly, lacking of crowd control. That is there from them. We mentioned the Tree Sprout is nice, but outside of that, there's not a whole lot to kind of keep this Sven in place. They have several slows, sure, but we've already talked about the surge being applied and how that can almost negate said slows in a way. So I actually think this should be a pretty good game setup for Sven, even despite it being a second pick Sven. They didn't necessarily answer him the greatest.
Yeah.
Being the core.
No, absolutely. I think maybe they're just saying, it's a counter him. He's going to just, be a Sven and get kind of naturally. You can get your supports. You can do it. You can get 4 staffs. I imagine that's something Bone 7 may consider as an item for himself, but we'll see how that pans out. Right now, looks like there will be a tri-lane initially up top for Kaipi, or at least looking for an early first blood.
This is so annoying, though, man. The Iron Shell is being spammed by Cheshire Cat already. And again, you have Spirit Breaker nearby. Really at level 2 is when that lane can get extra scary. So yeah, run on that trial lane, but I don't know if it is going to accomplish a whole lot as much as they're hoping for. At least until level 2, but level 1 is a different story, because obviously no surge yet for Cheshire Cat. And that's where it could backfire for him. He's just going to TP away, knowing that they don't have a follow-up stun, though. And that'll be the end of it, as Spirit Breaker just comes over to keep aggro on the creep wave. Well played.
Yeah, Jug didn't even go for the kill. He could have gone for a Blade Fury or something, but there were creeps under his... Or he doesn't want to miss farm when... If he goes for the kill, Cheshire Cat is doing just that. He's TPing out, and you've just Blade Fury, missed a kill, and also missed like 3 CS. So prioritizes getting a couple CS. Not that he's getting a whole lot right now with the lane pressure coming his way.
What do you see the Lone Druid versus the Huskar in the mid lane? I suppose, yeah, Lone Druid actually should be pretty decent in this matchup, so that may be one thing, of course, that they were really thinking about when it came to first in the Husker on the mid, but also expect to see the range Lone Druid. I had some discussions about that, and from the Lone Druid games that I've been seeing, I mean, a bear is just not really thought about as far as building him up right now.
That seems to be mostly the case. And yeah, I think this matchup should be fine for Lone Druid, but also could get some at least good farm at these early levels. Until Lone Druid hits level 5, he's not really in much danger at all.
Bear's getting some good pressure from Mastermind, but ultimately he'll be fine, of course. In fact, going to go for that double damage rune.
That's handy.
It's back mid with it. And Huskar, actually, yeah, he's being charged right now. Mastermind, I think he's dead. That double damage rune, it's going to lock in place an easy first blood for Pikachu. Yeah, Huskar completely overextending right there.
Yeah. Already had one charge made a minute or so ago and just wasn't respecting the fact that that DD was in play and another charge can come his way. So you see Spirit Breaker getting very active here early on.
And going to continue that activity. Coming bottom, Bone7, Illuminate connects. There's the Bash Proc with the charge in, and no chance to get away for him right there. So guess what? Spirit Breaker has been in all 3 lanes. Not even 3 minutes into the game. That's just classic Spirit Breaker, though.
Yeah.
This hero does.
Helps secure top lane, then gets a kill mid, gets a kill bottom. Only top lane where he didn't get a kill, but he's had an impact there nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, like he pulled the creep
Well, I
wave.
say that. Cheshire Cat's struggling, though. He's only level 1 on Darks here, so maybe he hasn't really had an impact.
That's fair. Yeah, he's finding himself in his own jungle, even.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually feeling too great about that top lane. But hey, if you can win the other 2 lanes, you're fine.
Well, that, and on the other side of it, they are defensive tri-laning. So there is that aspect, too, from KP. In fact, Bone7 going to go down again, and that goes to my point even more. They're running this defensive tri-lane against nothing right now. So it's almost like, you know, what is KP really doing at that top lane? Because Lich is kind of walking around, trying to find something, get the vision down, but not doing a whole lot else.
Another kill with a bash. Mastermind pummeled his. See, Bone7 TPA. I don't know if he's got enough damage to get these kills on his own. He's going to need some help, and well, the help comes rolling on in from an Earth Spirit who will not hit the roll as the charge is going to actually save Pikachu's life.
Oh
okay,
my
no, he gets caught out.
Oh,
Just barely.
The bear ends up getting him killed, actually, right there. So, well played by Kaipi. Yeah, they end up taking it out. Now, lol, Spirit Breaker, he's going to get into the trees. He'll be fine at least. But yeah, Lone very, very close call. They committed a lot for that, so it's a case that they better have gotten that kill. And that
They
really
get this
sucked.
Earth Spirit still. Charge coming in. Mr. Observer.
Down here, a little down. There you go. There's a roll away. Spirit Breaker, charge connects, but he's got a Frost Shield, and
Killing who?
I might turn this now, but Spirit Breaker's fine. 5-minute bounty runes / shrines are coming up soon, so you gotta look out for that too.
Yep. I think the issue is you want to get the bounty runes, which if you're low health, you can't really contest them since it's the same time as the shrines.
Interesting. We see the phase boots pick up from Sven, and I got to think, you know, pre 7.2, that's definitely not the case, but phase boots, it has been something to kind of see the difference now in the phase boots and power threats choices. There's action at the bottom room, by the way. Left goes down on Earth Spirit. They're also going to catch Flash, it looks like. Valentimo's putting in some auto attacks. I'm guessing he has a Storm Hammer, but not even needed there. Double kill for J4, playing Keeper of the Light instead. But yeah, using those phase boots, as we're talking about it.
Oh, nicely done. Working out fine for him, and well, they're not done. This PVG team just going to keep playing aggressive.
Pikachu, he is going to lose the bear. He does deny it. At least Spirit Breaker did right there, but good job on both sides, I suppose. But yeah, Bone7, I guess when your lane is going that bad and Nature's Prophet, you can just start teleporting elsewhere and trying to make some plays. So similar to the Darkseer on the other side, he's just trying to be active where he can.
Yeah, this is a couple games in a row where his nature's not the easiest of times. So we'll see if he's able to recover a bit. Normally, Nature's Prophet's not a recovery hero. It's a hero that's meant to dominate early on and kind of crush the laning stage.
Yeah, I feel like the impact is going to be a bit different where Darkseer, you know, doesn't necessarily mind as much. It's like, sure, it sucks, but he can still recover the Ion Shell as the levels add up. He'll still get some decent farm. And again, he's really here for that surge, if anything, to provide to Sven specifically, and even the Spirit Breaker in these fights. And speaking of that, Spirit Breaker's coming top. This is interesting because there's supports behind, and yeah, Darkseer's going to TP out, and Spirit Breaker is just going to say, never mind. He has it in his rune. He'll walk towards mid instead. Maybe go for a kill on Huskar. Again, nope, not going to be the case.
Right, well, it seems wherever he goes, he finds these kills. He's 1-0. He's definitely been one of the lucky charms for Pavaga so far. So we'll get spotted by an observer though, so they know where he is, but he is a Spirit Breaker, so he can move around the map very quickly if needed.
Sven, I'd be curious to see what kind of build he is looking at, but and also what he's farming. I wonder, is it, you know, maybe the Mask of Madness to go for an S&Y here? What direction will he go? And you think maybe at least the Mask of Madness for his farming. I would expect first, but
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know if the item builds changed now, and he wants this tower, but he may get punished for this one.
Or may punish them. Out comes that Illuminate left. He drops because of that. He is going to stay alive at the end, but the tower does fall for the Radiant. And you know what? Spirit Breaker is not done just yet. He wants a bash proc. He gets it as he gets sprouted up, though. And that does allow her Spirit to run away. So good save there. Top lane. Looks like Darkseer is running away from a couple of heroes, meanwhile. But
yeah, he's looking for some great escape, perhaps. It's just a Lich finding him, but you can't TP away from Lich's Sinister Gaze, so see where he's headed. He's level 5, though, so we have seen Chet manage to catch up pretty nicely, at least.
Yeah, and when he gets that Soul Ring, the hero definitely changes a bit, too. That mana regeneration is no longer an issue. He spams that Ion Shell, and again, the acceleration is not that surprising because of it. J4 middle lane, he might go down, gets an Illuminate off, though, just before, so he does fall, but now Bone7 getting sprouted up, and he is going to live in... Okay, we'll see what happens.
Bone7 turns. Lone Druid's got this right click, right? He's... Yeah.
I don't know, actually, because Pikachu himself, I think, is a little too far away for the bear to actually do damage, so...
Well, his hero can just right-click Bone7, right? Or
is it in
stunned?
range? I think the hero's in the river.
Oh, no, you're right. Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought his bear was the hero.
No.
I'm here.
Look at the bets, by the way, or es.bet. You can check out the odds right there. Of course, still favoring Pavaga even a bit more right now after this earlier start. But obviously, if Kaipi can slow things down a little bit, then who knows what can happen. But yeah, that's Sven. I did notice as well, I think he had an armlet queued up. I saw that correctly, so...
Yes, he did.
That's going to be his early game item of sorts. I guess it's kind of a mix of like a decent farm increase, but also allows him to combat earlier on.
Yeah. I think the actual phase boots change was kind of like a small buff to Sven, maybe, because he likes the phase active, but he always went treads because of you need the attack speed. Sven's a hero that has big attack speed issues, and now phase boots are the ones that give attack speed, so you don't mind building these as Sven.
And also the armor on top of that.
Yeah,
pretty nice.
You're playing against Jug Omni Slash, so that can definitely be nice. And you lost your armor. Your Warcry doesn't give it.
Exactly. So kind of a make up there. Oh, Spear Breaker. Oh boy, is this gonna worth it? He gets the kill. Okay, maybe he just hates Bone7. I don't know. When he goes down in response.
Core for support, probably fine. They did lose their Spirit Bear, which was another 300 gold for Kaipi, so not the happiest news for the Lone Druid, but he did have a resummon.
Huskar triple bracer. Cheshire. Being sneaky.
He's juking. He's like, I'm fine. I can stop for...
Okay. Now he's not fine. That's 4 heroes. They eventually catch up to him, but a lot of time wasted. As Sven continues to farm elsewhere, and he's farming some stacks in the jungle, I'm guessing. Look at that CS, 72 and 19 now, 53 and 30 Juggernaut on the other side, though, to be fair. So CS itself is not as impressive, but those denies adding up quite a bit. So yeah, both cores essentially getting that free farm. It is hard to say. I mean, who's that really going to favor more, the Sven team or the Juggernaut team right now?
Let's see. I mean, the Dire team's going to hit this scary of mid-game time. Take Roche, they've got Husker, Jug. We saw them last time go for the Vlad's on the Nature's Prophet and go for this very mid-game push strat. All that thought.
Oh boy, he just walked right into a trap. Husker did not expect this many numbers. The bounty rune spawns in front of him. He goes for the life break. That's not going to work. He goes down. Meanwhile, a little north, we have Flash now in trouble. Haste rune? Oh man, is that going to save him? The hammer connects. The answer is no. Pikachu got
he didn't even get the bounty rune. He's like, I'm willing to die for it. Goes onto the high ground and gets punished in more ways than he was hoping for.
Yeah.
I think 3 bounty runes went Pavaga's way there in a mess of a fight.
See, now I wonder too, it's going back to this armlet build on Sven, because like we talked about, I mean, kiting is one big thing against him. Yes, he has a surge, but I still feel like he needs some kind of a gap close, and that's where the Mask Madness is kind of nice too, if anything, for the increased movement speed. But so does he just get like a blink next now?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a blink somewhere in his build, and generally Blink is like a second or third item after your Mask of Madness, your Armlet, maybe your Echo Saber. I don't think you get the Echo Saber with the Armlet. They're kind of like two smallish, medium-sized items. You don't normally want to get both. You get one or the other. But yeah, Blink next seems like it would make sense.
Oh, Lone Druid going right into a Deso. Double Wraithband, Power Treads, and Deso coming next.
Okay.
Just thinking. Guess building hitting is a weakness right now for the lineup. Obviously that'll change as Lone Druid gets more farm, but not the strongest at killing building, so that'll help though.
Yeah. I think also just having that physical damage to tear through. Maybe be something they want, the burst damage at least, even though he doesn't get the magic resistance anymore. You need all the damage you can get if you want to kill him off. Bone7, speaking of getting killed off, is being found mid. Will-O-Wisp being used to make sure he can't TP away, it looks like.
That disco ball, man. Just want to keep turning into it. So appealing to look at. Mastermind, he is in trouble too now. Stormhammer connects. Obviously, Earth Spirit doing what he can to save the day. It's not going to be enough, though. They get the kill on a Huskar. Now Luft also in trouble. Canceling that Nether Strike constantly. He might have done it a little bit too much. Yeah, they're going to search forward. And eventually we'll get the auto attack to finish the job.
There were a good, like, 8 cancels there. Maybe now's the time. He doesn't have mana for it now.
Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, he's going to just TP out. He's like, it's a lost cause. No point.
You may get the kill. This Shockwave creep. I think, yeah, Lich is dead.
He is dead.
The Iron Shell. The creep will pay the price, but died a noble death.
A lot of towers, jeez. Yeah, Helm of the Dominator great on this hero for that reason alone, if anything. Allows you to kind of sacrifice and go in there for a kill, so well played by Cheshire Cat. And meanwhile, that tier 2 goes down. They just got the tier 1 top. Lone Druid just kept on going while all that distraction was taking place.
Yeah, and bottom lane, it was a tier 1, so it was like a tier 1 for a tier 2, plus kind of a tier 1 as well, and several kills going Pavaga's way, so very good news for the Radiant CIS team, who's managed to get a lot of map control, a lot of good kills, and both their 2 carries are sitting in a really good position as far as their farm goes.
Yeah, Lone Druid, that Desolator is almost finished. Already has 1 Mithril Hammer, another 1,000 gold saved up, so yeah, he is actually going to have a very quick Deso here. And definitely an item that not only himself, but of course Sven will like to take advantage of, debuff that it applies. Spearbreaker, he's waiting for a charge moment. Bone7 was TPing nearby, but cancels it. Checking things out. Gonna catch Flash. They're going in. God Strength Pop. Palantimos, oh, that's pretty deep. Yeah, he forced to get back as the Omnislice is bouncing around. So Palantimos will be fine, but diving that tower, risky play in the first place. They lose Darkseer. They kill Lich. Pikachu also gonna go down, though, most likely. Oh my god, he's still barely alive somehow. The bear, if that dies, though, he dies himself. Or he's healing up.
Yeah, he's good.
Ooh,
barely.
Call. I get it.
Yeah, the Omnislash did a lot of damage there, and Sven just couldn't go into the fight. He was below half health. He didn't want to fight with his God Strength on. You can see Kaipi there, kind of strength here. This is their mid game. This is where they're meant to be strong. They may be down 14 kills to 6, 3k gold, but they can't try and farm their way back into this game. They need to take fights like that and take these objectives, try and secure themselves a Roshan at some point as well.
So, easy tier 1 tower kill. Exactly what Kaipi needed. Going back to that. And Spearbreaker, though, he's going to just run in. That's, not sure what that was. That's your...
yeah, Kaipi aren't too sure what it was either.
Everyone just tips him. Thank you very much. There we go. Yeah, that was... It's almost like one of those times where you see a haste rune picked up by a player and think that they're unkillable as a result. As Spearbreaker with that surge is like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Just run out. No, they have lockdown, buddy.
Oh, Bone7. He's died to these Iron Shells before, but it looks like he will survive this one.
Trying to bait him in, if anything. Not going to fall for it, though. Those 15-minute bounty runes do come up, and are, of course, picked up on either side. So I think it might have been a 3-for-1 even in favor of Kaipi. So good for them, even more momentum, and they cut it down to a 1,000 net worth lead now. So you go back to this Juggernaut and how his farm's competing with the Sven still. And do we know if Juggernaut did he go the Battle Fury?
I
we'll see here soon.
He did. He has triple Wraithband, Battle Fury treads.
There you go. Just finished it, in fact. Okay. As we see. So now with the Battle Fury, of course, that acceleration going to start kicking in. Has the Manta style already queued up next for him right here. So yeah, this kind of mid-game spike there you're talking about, GoDz, is starting to become more real for Kaipi. Just a matter of can they take advantage.
They're farming a lot faster here, and if they win one more fight or just get a couple kills or two, they can definitely take Roshan very easily with their lineup. So that's something they're going to be eyeing off, and something that PVG have to be very worried about.
The lane mastermind on Huskar. He's going to be charged in, though. Valentino's not afraid to dive this deep. Frost Shield comes out, though. Chain Frost, the Will-O-Wisp pulling a couple of heroes in place, including that Huskar. Illuminate goes through. Huskar's still alive, finally goes down. Omni Slash, though, on a Pikachu the whole time with the Chain Frost connecting as well. And Charlie gets a big kill in the back lines onto that Lunger, so both teams losing a mid-hero. But a buyback from Huskar as the Radiant still diving massively. That magnetize on every single hero. But Air Spirit himself will go down, as does Bone7 on Nature's Prophet. Mastermind just back in with the inner fire pushback. Right here, he's trying to battle. It's not going to be enough, though. Die back onto him. You see Juggernaut was trying to make his way over there after the fact, but he TP'd out, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, that one's so bad. There was some great charges there for Spirit Breaker. He was hitting 2-3 heroes through, constantly locking people in place, and Valentino's just enough health to kind of survive his way through it, dish out the damage he needed. And yeah, big gold swing going the way of Pavaga.
I like this build too on Sven. He gets the Morbid Mask, the casual Morbid Mask, and now he's going to go a full SNY after the fact. So speaking of just kind of I go back to the battle build, but especially with the Sage change and the status resistance here, I think it does make sense.
Get kite a whole lot less, yeah. And you mentioned like the movement speed. Right, so it does help a little bit with his kiting problems. I do imagine we'll still see a blink maybe after that, but could also be that it's just not going to be considered as well.
Yeah. See that. Kaipi. Bone7, it's not been a fun game for him. He's still trying to work on his Orchid.
He tried to sprout himself so he could TP, but accidentally breaker in with him and then get instantly bashed on the TP. It has just not been a very fortunate.
That's a free Roshan kill. The Aegis picked up by Pikachu. But once again, you go to es.bet. You can put in your bets, guys, mid-game even. According to how the odds are looking, if you like. There's also that insurance to take advantage of here for the WePlay Winter Madness Tournament. Again, es.bet. So Lone Druid, he's the Aegis carrier. He's got the Deso. You'd think he kind of needs that attack speed. That's what I was thinking. Maybe the Maelstrom would still even make sense for Lone Druid here, but nothing queued up currently.
Yeah, we'll see where he goes. I think it would make sense. May just want to get like even like a casual Dragon Lancer. Has got the money for it. The Hurricane Pike is an item that'd be good. Could consider some armor items like the AC type stuff as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, bottom lane protecting the Juggernaut as he's pushing down here. We already know about that Battle Fury, but we still need a bit of time before he's going to be overall too scary to deal with. And we saw in the last fight, though, you know, some lucky Omni Slash balances and being isolated. And that Lone Druid melted pretty quickly. It goes back to his Desolator build as well. And we see that's the downside of it.
They do need to be a bit careful. They've got this Battle Fury up, but it's team fight. And I think that's something PPG know. They're just going to charge down mid. We could go high ground, actually. With this Deso, Kaipi may need to be, coming back to defend this ASAP.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Charges coming in. It's just a matter of time before it connects. The top lane is being pushed in during this.
He's just here to stop TPs. Charlie cannot Blade Fury TP out.
That's true.
That's why they send Spirit Breaker back, because this is the guy that stops Jug from defending base.
Yeah, so I wonder what the top lane is looking like too, but no tower kill just yet. They go down at the same time, so we are committed to a bit of a race right here. Back to the top lane. Chain Frost bouncing around Mastermind. The Armlet Toggle, he'll be fine for now, but the illusion spawn with the wall put down. He's trying to run back to the fountain in time. It looks like he will be fine. There's a TPs from Pavaga, actually, as they already got the ranged racks on top of the tier 3 tower. Back to the bottom lane. You go down here. Will-O-Wisp pulling in Bone7 at least, and also going for Charlie. Charlie, he gets the kill and immediately racks at the bottom lane. He is going to die himself for it. And Bone7 also will get taken out. But you know what? I think KP is actually okay with that.
Yeah, it seems okay for them. It's a melee for a range, which is a win for them. They lose the 2 core heroes, Jug and Nature's Prophet. But yeah, they're definitely okay with that. That melee Rex is way more valuable.
Yeah.
So yeah, nicely defended, and I think that Pavaga kind of thought that, hey, they're going to come defend, let's cancel their TPs, but Kaipi just said, no, we're just going to take your Rex as well.
Yeah.
And that ended up being a great call from them.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
shrine
call their
is
bluff in
under
a sense.
attack.
That was a good call there for sure. It's exactly what the game plan was from Pavaga, it felt like, but AP just responded to it appropriately. And you do see the Blink Dagger purchased, though, by Sven. So, again, he has that gap closer now.
Dire's
A little
bottom
more
shrine
potential to
has
jump
fallen.
on top of you and go for that quick burst kill.
Dire's
Orchid
bottom
finished
tower
on
is
Nature's
under
Prophet,
attack.
though. So Bone7, ideally, he'll start being a bit more useful as the game progresses on, because, again, it has been a struggle for him specifically, but an item that'll help with that cause. Now, bottom lane being pushed in by Pavaga. Of course, that's a lane that was pushed by KP. And now Pavaga pushing it back in their favor, and they're just going to jump right off the bat. Mastermind the focused fire as the Frost Shield comes out, so that'll mitigate plenty. They don't want to go too deep, but here the Omnislash bouncing around in the back lines as well. They've already lost the Coddle. That's exactly what Charlie was doing, getting the one kill on the support. Now the Chain Frost bouncing around. They get another bounce out of it. It's still bouncing back and forth. They lose their Darks here. Pikachu gets slow. The Savage War will keep him alive at the time being. You see Huskar going a Hail Mary leap right there, jumping on the Palantimos to charge from the Spear Breaker, just to keep him off, though. But Nature's Prophet, he catches the Sven over here. He traps him in with the Sprout. Eventually goes down, but did he buy enough time for his teammates? They're coming in. They're roll. The push forward onto Charlie. He gets hit by the stun. The charge is up on him as well to get vision of anything. Palantimo's still on the run. He cannot blink, though. The urn is up on him. They want this chase. They want the Sven so badly. The Nether Strike pushback, and he actually will survive in the long run. Dear God, that was quite the getaway for Sven there.
They just couldn't quite catch him. The fight's not over. Paladin blinks it. He does still end up going down, and well, his teammates will get some revenge for him, but it's just the Nature's Prophet. And
oh boy, yeah, going back in right there. Not sure what that was about. You see Spirit Breaker's even tipping him like, buddy,
Yeah.
dude, we just did all that work to save you.
he got out, and he's like, all right, fight. No, your team can fight, but not you, my friend. Get back and heal up.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a bit of a misplay there, but ultimately, still have a 5,000 net worth lead after it's all said and done. But again, they didn't really get anything objective-wise. I tell you what, Charlie on this Juggernaut, he has done a great job of getting some big Omnislashes. It seems like he's getting at least one hero kill with each Omnislash in these fights.
Yeah, just placing them nicely on the back lines, catching out the boards like the bottle we saw there. This guy's only got 974 HP. That's very squishy, and as long as you've got detection for this Glimmer Cape, you can hunt him down.
J4 going to counter ward. A very deep ward that was placed right there, but takes away that vision for Kaipi. As he heads towards the top, he has his own Glimmer Cape. Go with that Force Staff. Man, this Lone Druid, it's been a while since I've seen this true Glass Cannon Lone Druid
Dire's
build.
top shrine is under
Freaking
attack.
Daedalus finish
Yeah.
now.
Holy crap, that's a lot of single target down.
Dire's
See
top
if,
shrine
Lone
has
Druid can be
fallen.
punished for this, but the changes to this hero mean you're just a whole lot tankier even when you're in the range form because of the damage spread, so it may not be the easiest thing to do. You can't just focus the hero all the time.
Yeah. And then Guardian Greaves. How about that? Guardian Greaves just picked up by Cheshire Cat.
Okay.
Summer Dominator.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Save. Bottom lane is being pushed in. You see Spirit Breaker going down there. I believe he has an Ion Shell on him, so he'll push that out. Best that he can for now, but clearly Pavaga, the rest of them want to make a play up the top lane, but I'm guessing a second Roshan is likely where the next fight could take place at this rate.
Yeah, any fight before then, you're risking like Roche respawning or something after losing a fight. You're better off, waiting for the actual Roche fight.
Bone7 going off that Wrath of Nature. He's thinking about TPing somewhere, trying to get an idea as far as where to go, but not going to find that. But again, you see his build, been progressing.
Yeah. Not many safe places for a Nature's Prophet when you're playing against Spirit Breaker. You show yourself for a second, Spirit Breaker charges you, and you could just be dead because of that, as other people can always rotate in while they have the vision.
So they're going to move out as a team. Coddle picks up the gem. Obviously a great item for him to have. Get some good counter warding going on, and I guess it doesn't really do a whole lot against the heroes this game necessarily. No Shadow Blade or anything like that, but just simply for the vision of the map where it's powerful.
Yeah. I think these next few fights, the next row. gets a D-ward or two, it pays for itself.
Smoke play. They're going uphill. Spear breaker, inner fire, push back off the bat. Sven, he's thinking about jumping in. He finally goes in. The wall's put down as well. The Will-O-Wisp locking down plenty, but Charlie get in the back lines. He's got that Omni Slash. It eventually wears off, but he's lost 3 heroes supporting cast, and now he's going to be collapsed on himself. Charlie goes down. Spear breaker did die. He buys back immediately, though. Triple kill for Palantimos. It is not often you see a team going blindly uphill, and it works so well for them. I think that Darkseer was a big part of it.
Yeah. Oh, their team fight combo is just insane, and they go about it smartly. Frank is kind of like the decoy. He has spells thrown at him, he's tanky. He doesn't care if he dies. He does die, he buys back. But they get that crazy team fight with the Darkseer, the Cuddle Will-O-Wisp. They were just controlling this Huska too well. He needs a BKB.
And that means
they're going to go for top racks as well. I think they want to get that.
Yeah, they should. Again, they have the Deso, the debuff there to help push the tower. Juggernaut's still there for 20 seconds, so it should be an easy rack skill. Nice Frost Shield.
Lone Druid's not going for it. He's doing other stuff.
Okay, well, he's dying.
He's dying, yeah.
Not the best strategy.
He was sitting mid while his team went for the top racks. They were not on this.
That almost felt like they think the game's over. Great vacuum right there with the Stormhammer. Gets 2 of them as a result. Both Huskar and Nature's Prophet, obviously some big ones. So Juggernaut is back up, but he's lost all his teammates around him. Charlie does not have an Omni Slash. Lich does buy back, though, spinning on top of Lowell. So we'll be able to pick up the kill on a Spirit Breaker, but the rest do get out. The melee Rex does stand, though. So, yeah, the decision by Lone Druid to kind of just do his own thing and continue pushing mid does backfire at least a little bit. If anything, it kind of helps keep KP in this game a bit more.
Yeah, and they kind of just want to buy some time as much as possible. And right now, with the fact that they took down this bottom lane of Rax, they're constantly pressuring it, and they haven't lost their own bottom lane, so they're going to be able to keep themselves in this game for a little bit longer. Even with a 14k gold lead, it doesn't quite feel that big when you've taken the lane of Rax. I don't imagine they're sitting on their side of things thinking, oh, we're in trouble. We're losing here.
Juggernaut, he's got that Blink Dagger, and he's going to use it again right here. The Omni Slash Glimmer Cape, that's not going to work, and that's a gem drop as well, which they will gladly pick up. Roshan also up. Can they actually do Roshan? I don't think so. That would be big.
I think too risky, yeah.
But exactly, it's way too risky, and you are down, but it doesn't. There's no point to really push this because it's not going to work. So they'll fall back. But hell, Kaipi, considering how the game was looking there, they got to feel pretty good right now, as it could have been so much worse.
Oh, and Cottle buys back. They'd scan Roshan. I don't think they needed that buyback, but it seems okay because Roshan has respawned and both holding their ground around this area.
That seems like we want to do Roshan ourselves buyback, but they didn't maybe necessarily go for that, so it was a little odd. But either way, gonna once again throws down some sentries, take some control back, and into Roshan at least goes Lone Druid. Oh yeah, you look at the bottom lane. Bone 7 is pushing down there. Pressure in the tier 4 tower. He's gonna TP out as Spearbreaker was charging, but they're gonna take advantage here back at the mid lane. Mastermind, he gets caught with the Stormhammer and also the Will-O-Wisp. Pulling back in with a vacuum on top of that Luft. He is not getting away. He too goes down. So 2 kills in favor of the Radiant. Chain Frost is bouncing around. Not doing nearly enough, though. Flash going to be caught up to as well. Ends up being a triple kill for Pikachu. So it goes back to, again, when the team fight's ready for this Radiant squad, it clearly does impact. But bottom lane still being pressured. Spearbreaker is going to have to clear it up. Tier 4 was killed.
Yeah, Darkseer, the second he sees that, he's like, okay, I got to run to dying back. They're contesting. And it does look like PVG should have this one, but Nature's Prophet gets some good vision in the pit. Oh, nice blinding light, though.
Yeah, that's a good ability. And Omni Slash on top of the Spirit Breaker bounces over to Caught at the last second. Spirit Breaker's going to hide with the Glimmer Cape. He's staying alive for the time being. He gets away. Are you kidding me? The Bulldoze making sure help him get out as well. The Manta Style Destroy, that ain't going to work.
And that's still the gem back in Pavaga's hands. Juggernaut had that gem so he could, counter some of these Glimmer Capes and annoying Invis things, but he dies and then he has to buy back. That really cripples his game.
And they still lose Roshan anyway, so in fact, Charlie, he needs to be careful not to just die back here. Yeah, he blinks away before they were ready. But no doubt, it seems like a bit of a possible final push coming up from Pavaga. as they got the resources now. They have the Aegis, they have the cheese. And yeah, they're just going to death ball push down the middle lane this time, or maybe make their way towards bottom. We'll see. It looks like bottom.
Yeah, it seems they're maybe okay going for the casual megas here.
Frost Shield, very annoying. But they are going to break through it. And again, you see Spirit Breaker pushing out that bottom lane. They're cutting the creep waves, though, so trying to make this a little difficult. But the vacuum comes out on top of the Stormhammer. Huskar just melts. They get the kill out of Bone 7 as well, playing the Nature's Prophet. And Charlie, he's trying to run away. That Will-O-Wisp pulls him right back in yet again. GG's are called. It's official. Pavaga will go 1-1 here for day number 1. Kaipi on the other side, they're going to be 0-3. And obviously a tough start for them.
Yeah, that's rough. They are on the brink of elimination. They have to win their last game, and even if they win it, they could still be eliminated. And their last game's against Team Spirit, who everyone in their group has a win. So game, best case scenario is they're in tiebreakers to not get eliminated. So poor Kaipi, this maybe a quick end to their tournament run. We play Winter Madness.
Yeah. We'll see how they do tomorrow. Again, you mentioned against Team Spirit, they absolutely need to win that, and they have to have a lot of other things go their way as well to even have a chance. But as far as Pavaga is concerned, 1-1 finish for them. Not too shabby. Now they have to go into day number 2 with a couple more matches and see how it all plays out.
Yeah,
so.
They looked a bit shaky against Spirit, but they looked way more solid here. This was some Dota coming.
Very interesting cores, too, going with a Sven as well as a Lone Druid mid on top of that. But I got to say that they made it work out. This was a bit of a unique draft overall from the side of Pavaga, and I always like seeing that, especially, again, with this new patch hitting more recently. Teams willing to try some different things. So they did here, and Sven 14-1-21. That's a hell of a stat line right there. Obviously, fantastic game for Palantimos in the end. But GoDz, our day is going to be wrapping up here for day number 1. Again, 5 matches in the book, so anything else before we do?
No, looking forward to see Group B wrap up tomorrow. Then we'll have a few days off, and then we get the playoffs. So should be plenty more good games for all of you guys to tune into tomorrow as well.
Yeah, definitely can't wait for that. But that means day number 1, or for Group B at least, day number 3 officially. Point is, today we are wrapping up officially and going to be moving on to tomorrow. So enjoy your break in the meantime. I was BreakyCPK, joined by GoDz once again. We'll see you guys tomorrow here for the WePlay Winter Madness. We're going to kick it all off with No Pango versus Vega for Group B, our first match tomorrow. You do not want to miss that one. And of course, 5 matches in total. So have a good night. We'll see you then. Until then.